So the latest Minecraft preview has just dropped. Let's check it out. So firstly, we're going to quickly look at the new blocks, and then we're going to dive into the Sulfur Cube and look at all of the new effects that they have. So first of all, we've got Cinnabar, which we have our standard block, the polished blocks, the bricks and the chiseled. We then have the variants as you'd expect for the stairs, slabs and walls. Next up, we have the same for Sulfur. So the standard Sulfur blocks, polished, brick, chiseled, then all the variants that you'd expect. All of these blocks are created in exactly the same way that you would create any type of stone, just using obviously the Sulfur or the Cinnabar as the base block. So the next addition we have is the potent sulfur. So this is what you'll find within the caves with water on top of it, and it creates this nausea effect. So again, if I jump into it, you'll see the horrible nausea effect, which legitimately does make you feel sick. Whilst potent sulfur doesn't have any other functions yet, it can also be crafted using 9 sulfur. Okay, so next up, the Sulfur Cube. So the Sulfur Cube is a new passive slime mob that will spawn in the Sulfur Caves. These don't breed, but if you need more of them, you kill them, you get 2 more, let them grow up, and repeat the process. If you want to be able to pick up these Sulfur Cubes and move them somewhere else for whatever reason, then you can always do so with a bucket. Right click on it and then you'll get a bucket of Sulfur Cube. So there's 2 ways that you can feed these. Is one, if you throw the item on the floor, they'll move towards it, like so. If we throw it there, it will eventually go and eat it. And the other way is if you have it in your hand, just right click and then interact it. If at any point that you want the item back, then you can get some shears, right click, it will remove the item, just throw it out like that, you can pick it back up, and then the Sulfur Cube will just return back to normally hopping around. So at the minute there are 9 different behaviours for the Sulfur Cube. If you feed a Sulfur Cube any of these items, any of these blocks, they will take on a rubber bouncy effect. If you feed them any of the following blocks, they'll get a golf ball effect. If you feed them any of these frozen blocks, then they'll have the fast sliding effect. If you feed one soul sand or soul soil, they get high resistance. If you feed them any colour of wool, firstly they change colour, but they also gain the light effect. If you feed them blocks of iron, gold, copper, or the ores, then they get a heavy medicine ball style effect. If you feed one any of the following blocks, then they get a really slow sliding effect. If you feed one a honeycomb block, it gets a sticky effect. You can also feed them most blocks outside of this list, but these will just have the regular kind of football style effect if you do this. If you want to see all the effects and the block types in a list, then check out the description below. And finally, the Sulfur Cave themselves. If you want to find a Sulfur Cave and you're in creative and with cheats on, then you can use the locate biome Minecraft Sulfur Caves and it will give you the coordinates, which you can then quickly teleport to. If you're not playing on creative though, what you'll want to be looking for is a Sulfur Spring. What this is a small bit of sulfur with some potent sulfur underneath and some water on top. This is your indication that directly below this is a Sulfur Cave. So if we dig down, you will then fall into a Sulfur Cave. In the Sulfur Caves, you'll find a ton of sulfur, cinnabar, and sulfur cubes. Outside of that, there's not too much more to explore here, but definitely take a look for yourself. Thanks for watching this. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you again soon.